welcome to TMZ Live. So Jada Pinkett Smith is in the middle of a thing, namely
a big legal thing.
A big legal thing because, according to someone, Jada threatened to put a bullet in them.
Someone who is a close friend of Will's. Bilal Salam says that he and Will have been very close friends for a long time. He's worked with him on several projects. But something went south between Bilal and Jada back in 2021. And now Bilal has filed a $3 million lawsuit against Jada, claiming that she basically threatened, it comes across like a death threat.
To kill him.
Like a death threat, because she, according to Bilal, believed that, going through, that Bilal says that Jada went up to him at a party back in November 2021 and said, if you keep talking about Will and about me, you're gonna catch a bullet.
You're gonna catch a bullet. So on that basis, Bilal sued. Now, I gotta say, $3 million, I'm not even sure $1 at this point, because yes, it's a threat. And
he has also, has also filed for a restraining order
that he might
against
get.
her.
Well, that he might get.
Yes.
But filing a lawsuit, I mean, everybody thinks the go-to is you file a lawsuit. Well, what exactly are you filing for? She said, if you don't stop this, I will do X. Well, that's not taking an affirmative step to do anything. So I think the lawsuit is BS. I think the lawsuit's BS.
Yeah, it could be some sort of civil assault of some kind because he is reasonable
there's no
fear.
assault
but
because she's
I don't
not.
really see,
she's saying she's not saying I'm going to do this. She's saying if you do X, I'll do Y.
It's also he's got huge statute of limitations problems. Not to get too nerdy
forget about that.
But I don't really see what the lawsuit is. But nevertheless, the allegations that he's made are pretty revealing. There's been a lot about sort of, their relationship and the fact that she's been very protective of him. And,
that's what she thinks Bilal has been talking about, the status. Right. Remember, this is 2021, and people were talking about Will and Jada's marriage and the status of their marriage.
See, but the thing about that on the other side is, Will and Jada kind of invited that. They were holding.
Oh, for sure.
They were doing joint speeches together where they would talk about their relationship, and that was murky, and it was either difficult, or they were together, and
she was doing Red Table Talk at the time and talking every week about the most intimate details of their relationship.
So they're kind of inviting people to talk about it. So in that sense, it's like, I don't get his lawsuit, but I don't get her beef that this guy is talking when she and Will generated the interest for people to talk about it.
Right.
Right? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
I agree. So, yes, him winning $3 million or anything from her seems like a long shot, but
I don't get him and I don't get her in this. I don't get either one.
What we don't know yet
is how Will
I want to hear Will's side.
Yeah. That's just going to
if Will's allowed to say whatever his side is.
That'll confuse everything.
Renee, Atlanta. And although, the number one rule is that you should not speak on your friend's business, Jada saying that he would catch a bullet is completely insane. And as far as this lawsuit goes, my prediction is that he will not get this lawsuit. He won't win anything, and it'll just make him bitter, and he'll end up not suing, but writing this tell-all book that he already wanted to write.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish has kicked off her tour, started in Miami, but just a couple of minutes into the tour.
Not even. She wasn't on stage. This was a rough start.
So she started the tour by walking through the crowd. She wanted to, actually engage with the fans. That's a great idea, right? Except that there's at least one fan that decided to get way too handsy. And this had to be a scary moment for Billie.
In the law, we call it assault and battery.
I think you would be right, counselor. Watch what happened. So far, it's fine. It's all great. Yep. Watch.
Just
Well, you
shoved
see how
her.
the security guard got on that guy immediately?
But not
it was like a choke slam.
Not before this guy just yanks her in. Violently.
It is such a violent yank. And we reached out to the Miami PD The guy was ejected from the arena,
but not arrested.
Was he arrested?
No, not arrested. And it was such a violent thing. You see her arm get twisted and fly back into the barricade. And I'm like, is she going now to continue to do this at her concerts?
My guess is she will, but security will be.
But is it worth it? Because she's already had her
security
ring
will be
stolen.
much closer. What?
But she had a ring. She had a
Yeah.
ring stolen at another concert previously. Why she was doing this? So like, now is it even worth it? She's got property stolen. She's been assaulted by it. So why start your concert out like this? It's just so rude.
Because 99.7% of the fans are totally cool.
They are totally cool, but it takes
but you got to worry about the one.
Yes.
And you know, and I don't want to be silly about this, and I'm not trying to be, but if she's superstitious, just think about, this is seconds into the beginning of my American tour, and this happens.
Yeah.
Do you think the tour is jinxed now?
No,
but it's just
I'm not saying it is.
good
but a lot of
start.
people are superstitious.
By the way,
Yes.
the concert went on after this.
It did. Well,
Everyone had a great time.
The person got ejected. We don't know if it's a guy or a woman, but yeah, they got removed from it.
It was a guy, by the way. Just so you know, if you're thinking security just let him go after that.
No, they did not.
There was a whole other set of security behind this crowd here that came and got that guy and dragged him out.
Hey guys, Yessie Smiles here from Miami, and I agree with you. Like, this is crazy. These people should know how to act. This is so uncivil, and it's the same thing when they throw like items at artists on stage. Like, they need to like suffer consequences. I'm sorry, but this is just horrible. And yeah, she could have gotten hurt.
I'm really surprised that this person wasn't arrested.
I know.
Yeah,
I mean, it's assault and battery. It's literally assault.
Why do you think they
I don't
weren't?
know. I don't know.
Because maybe they didn't. I mean, we're looking at it on video now.
Yeah.
In the moment, maybe it didn't seem like that much. I don't know. When you see it on video,
by the way,
clearly this person.
If they identified who it is, they could still arrest.
Go back.
They could absolutely still arrest him.
They should.
Victoria Beckham admits it. She's got the bug. She's got the bug for a Spice Girls reunion.
I've been hearing this for a while.
I know.
Now.
We've heard them, honestly, and I know you and I aren't really the audience for Spice Girls.
But a lot of the women in our office have been talking about this for about 4 years.
More than that. It's way more than that.
Fool me 10 times.
Go back before pandemic, they were talking about this.
Right.
But Victoria Beckham says that she had an experience when she went to see Oasis, that she could now see a way that the Spice Girls could reunite. There's one big problem, though. It has to do with her voice. By her own admission, that's not me saying it. This is what she said to Andy Cohen on his SiriusXM show.
I love the girls, and I wouldn't be me if I hadn't have been with the girls. They made me feel that I was good enough. But being on stage, I realised, as fun as it is, you know, it's not ultimately what I want to do anymore. Well, it would be tempting, but could I take on a world tour? No, I can't. I have a job. But the idea, Sphere. Oh my God, the Sphere is amazing. Yeah. How good would the Spice Girls be at the Sphere?
Okay. So you're so this is maybe a thought.
I love the idea of
Yes.
it. I mean, I don't know if I could even still sing. I mean, I was never that great.
So at least she's curious. Okay, you are the Spice Girls audience, so
this would be everything.
Do you really think this? But it's not going to happen. So why don't you guys give up?
She's always been adamant, like, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. I'm a designer, I'm a mom, whatever. And then the last couple months, she's been letting us get like a little more hope. I mean, which I think means if the price is right, she will do it.
With the Sphere, I guess they would do it. I guess she'd
100% they would do it. You think that the Backstreet Boys made money? This would be insane.
No,
this would be insane.
You think that Spice Girls would make more than Backstreet Boys?
100%.
What?
100%. This would be the biggest thing that ever took over the Sphere.
Your
little Eagles. No one cares about your Eagles.
I think you're very nostalgic.
No one cares about your little Wizard of Oz. Like, this would be insane.
First of all, don't talk about my Wizard of Oz, okay?
Yeah, what's up with your Wizard of Oz,
You went to...
Hi, I'm Pravi from Florida, and I really wish she'd give it a go because real Spice Girls fans definitely want to see them on stage. I can appreciate Victoria being her toughest critic, but the unique thing about Spice Girls is everybody had their own thing, and Victoria's was fashion. So whether she can still sing or not, let's throw on that background music. Let's get her back on stage because real fans will definitely show up, and Spice Girls will forever be an iconic group. Like, I'll go to see the tour.
Thing is, though, it's not what I want. It's not what I really, really want.
Oh, God, I can't.
Coming up.
Jessica Simpson and Eric Johnson, her estranged husband, may be setting an example a good example for exes. This was a big holiday weekend. Usually families get together. That can be a little tricky when you're in their situation. Were they able to do it successfully, peacefully?
Be right back.
Jessica Simpson and Eric Johnson, her estranged husband, may be setting an example, a good example. Obviously, this was a big holiday weekend. Usually families get together. That can be a little tricky when you're in their situation, except for the fact that they do have kids, and so there's a reason for them to get together. Were they able to do it successfully, peacefully, most importantly? Here's what Jessica said.
How are you spending the holidays?
Me?
Yeah, I know it's a hard time for you. You're going through the thing with Eric. Eric too?
Of course.
Oh wow, that's nice.
It's my kid's father.
You know, keeping it
family first.
Family first. Good for you. What's your advice to couples going through kind of what you're going through a divorce, going through a breakup during the holidays? What advice would you give to
No matter
to them?
what, your kid is half the other person, and always have respect in what you say around them, so they can always have a good perspective on it. And unconditional love's important.
That's the smartest single comment I've ever heard from anybody going through a divorce. That and you could tell.
I mean, that's pretty standard therapy. That sounds like something that maybe she didn't, but therapists would tell you that.
You can tell that this wasn't a forced, oh, this is what I should say. It was very natural, and the whole notion that you have to dislike the person you're divorcing, which is such a common thing, as opposed to saying, didn't work out, maybe not in love anymore, maybe in love, but we don't get along, but there was a reason we got together in the first place. I think it's such an evolved way of looking at things.
But if you want to take what Jessica actually said, my next question would be, if you didn't have kids together, would you still have that same feeling? Because it sounds like I know what you're saying, and that's also true, but what she's saying sounds like it's based more upon the fact that they have kids together.
You're right, but I mean, that's her experience. I don't know what she would say if they didn't, but the fact that we have seen so many divorces, I mean, look at Kim and Croy, and they have kids, and it doesn't matter. It's all out war. So the fact, I agree with you, I don't know how she would feel if they didn't, but the fact that
they did should be applauded.
I feel like it's a little too close for comfort. I mean, look, we have seen them out together. We know that they've
been on vacation together.
They've been on vacation.
It's also easier because neither of them has publicly, at least that we know of, been dating someone else.
But then if he starts dating someone else, these are coming to an end.
Right.
No, why is that?
Maybe not coming to an end, but I think then that family dinner gets a little more complicated, right?
Yeah.
Is he not going to be with the new person at all, or is the new person coming with him? And they're all sitting at Jessica's family's house?
There are plenty of examples where two people, I mean, look at Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin. They both found new people, and they still interact, and they're totally fine.
You remember the phrase?
A conscious uncoupling?
Yep.
Yeah. But there are, and I know personally, people where they've divorced, they've each remarried, and they're all kind of family, especially when they have kids.
Do you think there's any possible way, though, that they're spending all this time together, maybe that spark gets reignited?
No, I mean, it doesn't have to. And if it does, it does. But just because they're not in love anymore or they can't be married anymore doesn't mean they have to separate completely. They still have things in common, especially with kids. And I've seen this, and it says you don't have to declare all-out war. You don't. And, I mean, we've seen how many cases. I mean, are Brad and Angelina still married?
Still
because I think they are kind of still married. They're not divorced.
No, I think they are divorced, but they're going in the legal.
I'm talking divorced in their heads.
Oh, yes. I think they both know they're divorced in their heads.
No, in their heads, they're entangled.
Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm from Buffalo, New York. I think Jessica and Eric coming together is a really nice glimpse into how they're co-parenting. And I think this blended family is definitely the new way of life when it comes to people and families who have gotten divorced. As a longtime fan of Jessica, it's super sad to see them part ways. But it's obviously nice just for them to be happy and for their kids to be happy.
Darius Rucker, we got him out in New York City, and a lot of people, we always hear the term, at least once a day, someone complains about nepo babies. He doesn't want to have any nepo babies, as it turns out. His kids have decided to get into music, and he says he wishes they would not. This is why. Here's what Hootie had to say about it.
I read an article that you do not want your kids to go into show business. I was surprised by that. You've had so much success. That is crazy to me.
One of the reasons is because I had so much success. The music business is hard. And even if you have one hit and you make it for a second, it gets harder. So, I wanted them to be doctors and lawyers and stuff, man.
No way, no way.
Yeah, I did.
Are there any one of them that looks like they might be going that way?
Oh, yeah, my daughter Danny and my son Jack are both, Danny's about to go to the studio next month and to make a record. And then we'll be shopping it to the labels. But, yeah, I mean, they're talented as hell.
That's haughty, Hootie. I mean, it really is.
It's haughty, Hootie.
Hootie, it is haughty to say, oh, yeah, there should be doctors and lawyers. It's like, everything is hard.
He's speaking from experience.
I know, but he's succeeded. He's succeeded.
And he is the rarity.
In two different genres.
Sure.
So,
yes, but that is incredibly rare.
But so what?
You love when billionaires don't leave their money to their kids, or they make it conditional on graduating college or starting a business. That's what he's trying to do. He's like, take the sure thing. His kids will never need money.
You know what the short thing is?
Wealth.
The short thing is getting a 9-to-5 job as a clerk, and you know you're going to have it, and that's the short thing.
That is less short thing than being a doctor or a lawyer.
Yeah. And also, doctor and lawyer is a little bit more profitable.
Yeah.
Not always. I mean, you say that, but and I know what you're saying, but look, it's not true. And okay, great. And you become. I know so many lawyers who are unhappy who just want to do something else, but
you
they
also
can't, they're trapped.
We live in LA. You can throw a stone and hit. There's probably 5 of them in this room, people who wanted to be musicians and may even be talented, and they just can't make it in the biz.
Would you rather not be successful, but pursue your dream and make enough to survive, or have a career where you make a little bit more, but you're miserable doing it? What would you rather do? I rest my case.
Hey guys, it is Jamie in Chicago, and I would rather have a creatively fulfilling career.
Yes.
I think that it's not bad to be a nepo baby. Utilize your connections. It is an industry of connections. And they're the descendant of Darius Rucker. Like, that's talent in the DNA. So I am team pursue your dreams. Life is too short.
Yes.
Have fun. And when you have fun, you live your life.
What's your name?
Jamie.
Jamie, you get a TMZ t-shirt.
Yeah. All you got to do is come on and agree with Harvey. You get a TMZ t-shirt.
Coming up.
Kate Winslet has, I believe, set off a bit of a generational war in Hollywood with some comments she made about cosmetic surgery, cosmetic procedures.
The reality is that most people don't say, oh my God, look at those wrinkles, they're fabulous.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
BB Rexa was looking hot on vacation.
Look at the water, too.
Did you just say, look at the water? I mean, I'll be honest, that is what I was looking at.
TMZ.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. Kate Winslet has, I believe, set off a bit of a generational war in Hollywood with some comments she made about cosmetic surgery, cosmetic procedures in Hollywood. And she let it fly. And look, we've all seen Hollywood events. We know what people look like. And you can kind of tell when people have had procedures. And
yes,
most people don't even talk about it
some
anymore.
Yes, some no. Well, Kylie Jenner.
Some people
Kylie Jenner normalized it, I think, where people talk openly
Kate
about
Winslet is fighting back against that normalization. She did an interview with the UK publication The Times, and this is part of what she had to say. It's terrifying. Do they know what they are putting in? The disregard for one's health is terrifying. It bothers me now more than ever. It is bleeping chaos. My favorite thing is when your hands get old. That's life in your hands. Some of the most beautiful women I know are over 70. Young women have no concept of what being beautiful actually is.
So I think there's some I think there's some BS to this. That, you know, the reality is that most people don't say, oh my God, look at those wrinkles, they're fabulous. I mean, they just don't. And
but what she's talking about is, and people have always talked about that. There's the phrase is aging gracefully, right?
But what does that mean? There's a fine line between aging gracefully and surrendering. There is a fine line between the two of those.
I think. Look, I don't want to make you uncomfortable or anything. I think some people would look at you and say you are aging gracefully.
No, I mean, look,
right? That you are right because you haven't gotten a facelift and you haven't gotten Botox all over the place. People would say that's. Kate Winslet would say that's the way it should be done.
Why? I mean, why can't somebody say, I want to look more youthful? I mean, youthful.
Why don't we let someone who's youthful address that?
Oh, wow.
I'm really serious.
What do we do?
Okay, here's the thing. I am all for bodily autonomy. I personally believe if there's something that you might be really insecure about, do it. If it's affecting your day-to-day life and like your mental health especially, do it. I'm all for it. What gets me is less at like the events and stuff. It's more if I'm watching something on TV or if it's a film and it's set any earlier than like the 2010s.
Right.
If you have stuff done to your face, it takes me out. Because I'm like, this person, this character that you're
Victorian
playing,
times.
no, they don't have lip filler.
No. So what? I mean,
It's distracting.
Hamilton wasn't black. But I still bought into it.
That's different.
No, I'm making a point. I still bought into it. It doesn't matter.
Also, did you see the play?
Yes.
Hamilton was not black. He was Dominican or Puerto Rican.
I mean, you get my general point.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach Pruzak, and yeah, I mean, I agree with her. I prefer a natural look, but to each their own. It's a different era. The only thing is that now when I see a celebrity that lost weight, looks better, I no longer go, oh, good for them. They're probably watching their diet, their fitness. Now it's more, I bet you they're on this now. I bet you they had that done, you know?
Coming up.
Paul Anka is one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my career. What's the biggest group ever? It's the Beatles. They were big for 7 years. Paul Anka was big for 70 years.
And we are honored, as always, Paul. Welcome back to TMZ Live.
Be right back.
I watched the best documentary last night on Paul Anka's life. Paul Anka is one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my career, in my life.
He has had one of the most amazing careers in the history of showbiz.
You think about it, that what's the biggest group ever? It's the Beatles. They were big for 7 years. Paul Anka was big for 70 years. He has written some of the greatest hits, not just for himself, but for people like Frank Sinatra and Tom Jones and Michael Jackson and others. And this documentary encapsulates this incredible life.
What you're saying, it was well over time for someone to put together Paul Anka His Way, which is the documentary streaming right now on HBO Max. And we are honored, as always, whenever we get to spend some time with the iconic Paul Anka, and he's joining us now. Paul, welcome back to TMZ Live.
Thank you, Harvey. Charles, good to see you again.
It's so good seeing you. So there's so much to talk about. I mean, the fact that they show you, Paul, you know, at 15 and 16 years old on the Ed Sullivan Show with these girls, Beatles-like, screaming, crying in the audience. And then you see what you did in Tokyo last year, and you have some of those same people screaming and crying. The thing that I wanted to ask you, that I was thinking, oh, I'm going to ask him, and then at the very end of the documentary, they ask you the question. You talked about you haven't planted the flag at the top of the mountain. Right. I'm wondering, is this documentary the flag on the top of the mountain?
No, it's close, but it isn't. Right now, Harvey, I'm doing what I love to do, still performing, but we're developing a Broadway show. Hope to have it ready in about a year and a half that starts at age 15 on up. And that's might be the flag in the mountain if we get some legs under it, yes.
Huh. Wow. Congrats that you are putting that together. I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
We hope so.
You know, just two things. One is, you know, Irving Azoff was so right. I mean, it is stunning how good your voice is at your age, Paul, I mean, you sound like a 35-year-old, and it's unbelievable. And Irving said this, and I was just stunned because I know you and I've listened to you, but just to hear all of it in that documentary was stunning to me.
Yeah.
The thing I want to talk about is, as I watched the documentary, because, yeah, a lot of people can achieve fame, but most people can't achieve longevity. And when I watched how you did it, it just made me think of what's going on right now where people are worried. AI is going to take over my job. What do I do if I'm 35 years old? You saw all of these sea changes from the Beatles coming to other things happening, and you were able to pivot. And the takeaway watching that documentary, I think, applies to everybody's life today, because everybody needs to pivot, not just singers.
Look, I can't say that I could have forecasted everything. I think I looked at my life back then in 5-year increments. You know, today, probably a little less. And I just went from decade to decade with questions, you know, with some apprehension, trying to stay current and true to myself. And you roll the dice. And as far as the voice thing, that's the important thing. It's beyond that. I think that I've always been some kind of a health conscious freak, you know, because I watched it all with the Rat Pack and the mob and, you know, the drinking and the smoking and, you know, great. They were a lot of fun. They did their thing. But I realized that, you know, ultimately you're going to pay for how you behave early in your life. So I kind of watched, you know, what I ate. I exercise. I do all that kind of stuff. And I took care of my voice because that's all that I had in having a bad voice. You know, I had this squeaky little teenage voice that was going to change, which hadn't changed. And I said, when it changes, I may be out of business.
So, Paul, one of the huge revelations for me about my way in this documentary, and I'm going to ask you if you can remember this. I knew that, obviously, by the way, for anyone out there who doesn't know, Paul Anka wrote My Way. Yes, you know Frank Sinatra sang, and a lot of people, but Paul wrote it.
As for Sinatra's retirement song.
Right, exactly. And by the way, thank you for writing it, by the way, because of that song, that's the reason that I went out of my way to see Frank Sinatra perform within the last 5 years of his life. But I didn't know that you purchased the melody. You said you were in Europe somewhere doing shows, and you heard this other song, and you purchased the melody.
Very simple. I was living an international life. I loved France, Italy, and I'd go over there every year, and I'd rent a home, and I knew the language. I spoke it from Canada. I was simply in Mougins, southern France, and listening to a radio at my house. And I heard this melody on the radio. It was a so-so hit locally, not unlike Rock Swing's Deviating, where I could hear other songs a certain way. I said, well, that's interesting, but not that way. I went back to Paris. Now, this was early 60s, and I looked at who had the song, and it was people that I knew. There was a small community of music people back then. And I went over to the office, and I didn't purchase anything, actually. I just said, you know, I wasn't buying the pyramids. It was just a song.
Well, do you remember how much you paid for that melody?
No, Charles, I didn't pay for anything. They gave it to me.
Oh, he just gave it to you?
Oh, my God.
No, I didn't pay a cent. I just took a 2-page contract saying I had the rights to do whatever I want. I came home. Sinatra inspired me because he was retiring. I've told that story to you guys where I just went home and said, wow, he's quitting. I got to write something for him. And 2 months later, he calls me from the studio and says, listen to this. I heard it for the first time over the phone. It became such a hit for him, he stayed 10 more years.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
so last thing.
Yeah.
How excited was I to see the TMZ got in the documentary at the end, because we're the ones that told you, hey, when This Is It came out with Michael Jackson, it was your song, and you didn't even know it.
You tipped me off. I had no idea when they called what it was about when you called me, and I had no idea because when I started it with Michael, who I spent time with, and I qualified the fact that he was a very talented, amazing artist, and I loved working with him. But I started, my original title was I Never Heard a Single Word About You. I never heard. So when I got the call, I said, I don't know anything called This Is It. And as it evolved and I started looking into it and I heard it, you know, when they found it in the drawer, the first line of the song is, This is it, here I stand, I said, it's lawyer time, right?
It's lawyer time. I remember it. I remember. So listen, I got to tell you something. I got to tell you something, Paul. The single day I can point out, which was the best day I've had at TMZ, was the night you took me to Capitol Records and let me do My Way as you produced it. That night, I remember so clearly, and it stands out as the best night I have had at TMZ in the last 20 years. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank you, and I mean that.
Hey, Harvey, you know, to make anyone happy is a big deal for me, and especially you. You know, you guys have been just so fair and so good and gracious with me, that to see your happiness and to see you deviate out of what you do day to day and the look on your face and the way that you were so into it. Well, just look. I mean, to be able to capture that was such a kick for me to watch. Well, you guys called me. They were teasing the hell out of you.
Yeah,
remember?
it was on TMZ Live. That's what happened.
That's right. It
And
was
I
on
said,
TMZ Live.
I can make him sound good.
It might be your greatest accomplishment in your storied career, Paul, that you turned this guy into a pop star.
I'll accept, Charles.
Paul,
thank you so much.
Honestly, I love you, Paul. I just think you are an amazing, talented, incredible human being. Thank you, and thank you for the documentary.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Charles.
It is streaming now on HBO Max. As Sammy Davis Jr. said in the documentary, the guy cares about his art, and that's why he's lasted.
You know, there is one other thing I want to get into, which you alluded to in one of the interviews.
Sure.
Sinatra. Well, you said it.
No, Harvey. No, I have absolutely I was doing an interview and a great interview, Nikki, the Post, and it was wonderful, and she was amazing. And she brought up to me, what you don't see because it's clipped. I was talking about how I started with them and hung out in the steam rooms, and she said to me, "Well, I want to know something. Tell me about it. Is it what they say it is?" Now, you didn't see that. Now, it threw me. I said, "Well, what?" She said, "Well, you know." Now, I said, "Oh." Now, I predicated what I said on, I'm not really revealing anything new. Ava Gardner had the great line a few years ago that's been all over the place when they asked about Frank Sinatra in bed with her and what was he like. And she said, he weighs 120 pounds and 20 pounds of it is his. I said that knowing that it's out there. I wasn't really any new revelation. And then I said to Nikki, the journalist, I said, "So what does that do for you?" And that was.
She said it's a headline, is what it is.
I go, it came out of nowhere, and I just put it on top of Ava Gardner with that classic line. The rest of them, the rest of the 20 pounds is.
Oh, God, Paul, thank you so much for coming on. We so appreciate it.
Love hanging with you, man.
Coming up.
Well, Brooks Nader has some good news for any single guys out there. She's open to dating a, quote, normie.
It doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter to you.
Status is.
Fantastic.
I know that shocks everyone, but it really doesn't.
Be right back.
Well, Brooks Nader has some good news for any single guys out there. She's open to dating a, quote, normie. Or at least that's what she said, although it seems like maybe there's already a normie she has in mind. Someone very close to her.
Well, it's somebody our camera guy had in mind.
Yes, so we got Brooks out at LAX, and Charlie, our camera guy, just wanted to find out. She had been, over the summer, there was a rumor, she actually was dating a tennis player. I don't think she ever revealed who it was.
It was Carlos
Everyone
Alcaraz.
thought it was Carlos.
It was. And she also dated Sinner. Both? Both.
Wow.
Both.
All right, Brooks.
She is good. She is good.
Well, that's all behind her, and maybe there's someone new in her future. Check this out.
What's your status right now?
Dating?
Yeah, dating-wise.
The whole thing.
It's the whole thing.
It's the whole thing. Like, what do I say to that?
Are you like exclusive with anyone or just like whatever?
I would say exclusive now.
Right. Give us a crush of yours, a guy.
I mean, I don't know what to say to that. I crush on the people who I'm like hanging with, you know?
Okay. Would you date a driver?
I would date anybody. This is my amazing security man.
Oh, security.
But
Security, right.
That's a bit.
That's like out of the bodyguard.
That's a bit, yeah.
I
Oh
could
my
be.
God.
Oh, that's
Oh my God, you're not.
Would you prefer to date a normie or a famous person next?
It doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter to you.
Status is.
Fantastic.
I know that shocks everyone, but it really doesn't.
Hey, you two make a cute couple for real, though. He's big and strong. What's your name, sir? Randy. Randy. Okay.
You're crazy for that.
Sorry, that's a bit awkward.
Wild.
Well, who does Charlie think he is?
I think he's out there like
I mean, that
playing-
is just crazy.
He's trying to make love connections. Easy, Woolery.
But
that must have created an awkward situation and the once
Randy,
they got in the car.
Randy's just like, that was just, I mean, it's like the bodyguard. She's Whitney Houston.
I mean, it sounds like crazy in the moment, but this is kind of like a common thing. We've seen celebrities date their bodyguards. Heidi Klum dated her bodyguard at one point.
Patty Hearst.
Patty Hearst, Pam
Okay,
Anderson
don't bring
too.
up Patty. Well, Patty Hearst did.
Yeah,
she
she
married
did.
him. She married him.
But look, here's the thing. It hasn't really worked out with Brooks and some of the past guys she dated. I mean, I'm talking like Tom Brady, Gleb Savchenko, Carlos Alcaraz. So maybe it is better to go with like a normal guy.
Whether it worked or not, she has a really good list.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
without
whether
a
it
doubt.
worked,
Without a
It
doubt.
worked while it was working.
And she's so fun. And maybe one of the most beautiful women on the planet, I think.
Totally.
Katie Pope, Los Angeles, California. I love that she's down to date a normie, but I think in practicality, it's going to be a lot more challenging for her with, a doctor on call or something like that.
Well, it could be somebody.
Why does it have to be a doctor?
Yeah, why does it have to be a doctor?
Journalist?
It doesn't. It
I
can
don't
be a
know.
lawyer. It could be an accountant, but still,
it is the
Probably
year,
not a lawyer.
It is
Probably
the
not a
year
lawyer.
of the normie. It is the year of the normie. So what?
Why is it the year of the normie? How are you just declaring things?
You got your alligator tourist guy.
And we're done.
Okay. Yeah. It's that time of the week.
Yes, your favorite time of the week. Tim is here with his reject.
All right, so
Come on, Timmy.
usually when you see skateboarders do tricks, it's usually around stationary objects like stairs or railings. Well, how about a moving object? So here's a moving pole, I guess, and he has the skateboard and he goes
Ooh, that
all
is
the way
slick.
along. You have to keep your balance.
skate and
and
pipe there.
Wow.
Yeah, so pretty
Skate and
cool.
pipe.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
All right, that was
okay,
impressive.
next.
All right, so I don't know if you'll like this one, but if you don't want to get your hands dirty while you're eating, you have a plate.
Oh, this isn't
Is this the
chopsticks with
chopstick?
Cheetos.
No, this is something different. It's a plate
What the-
with a wiper on it, so
Okay.
you don't really need to do
Tim,
any work,
this
really.
is-
So you just wipe it off there, and you're good to go. You can eat your meal, and then you
And you know what,
wash it
Tim?
off.
And Tim, if you don't like the meal, you just brush the food off the table.
When it's,
You
brought,
can
when
do
it-
that
when it's
too.
brought to you,
I
you just
mean,
hit the button.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. All right, so check this out. This is pretty cool. We've seen these before. A guy on a trampoline here. He's jumping up.
Holy
He's doing
smokes.
tricks. Doing pretty good right here, doing flips
boy.
and everything.
Oh, Tim.
But
Oh,
he hits the
Tim,
side
why
of
are you showing that?
No,
That's
because
pad-
he's
it's
okay.
padded,
I mean,
right?
yeah, he's okay.
It's
he's
padded?
doing his
He's
thing.
okay?
Yeah, he's doing his thing there. But yeah, he
Oh,
clips the
my
side of
God.
the wall there.
Oh, God,
I mean, you could have told us ahead of time there was padded.
Yeah, I don't know. But he's okay, so.
All right.
There's that.
Well, for
Tim.
once, he actually could show that the person is okay.
Yeah, exactly,
Bye.
exactly.
All right, Tim.
see ya.
Thanks. We'll see you next week.
Coming up.
Snoop Dogg is the master marketer. He is making money
Hand over fist.
hand over fist, doing all sorts of things.
Ice
And I
cream.
think this latest one, for his audience, I think is perfect, especially it's coming out now, a cookbook.
Baking with the D.O. Dub, I love to wake and bake. This was the next thing to do.
Be right back.
Snoop Dogg is the master marketer, right? We know, obviously, he became famous as a rapper, but man, he is making money
Hand over fist.
hand over fist, doing all sorts of things.
Ice
And I
cream.
think this latest one, for his audience, I think is perfect, especially it's coming out now, a cookbook, a Snoop Dogg cookbook, not just anything, talking about desserts, snacks. Things that you might, that might go well with the munchies. And though I'm not sure why Snoop would ever have the munchies.
But wait a minute, what if you combine something that makes the munchies even better?
Exactly. We got Snoop out, and this is what he had to say about his new cookbook. I love this.
Yeah, I had to get into the baking side of the business, you know what I'm saying? I got 2 cookbooks that's out and didn't have too many, recipes that were in this field, so baking with the D.O. Dub, I love to wake and bake. This was the next thing to do. People want to see how I bake, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They know how I bake, but they want to see how I really bake. You know
Right, and speaking of that, on the cover it says, baking with or without weed. What would you say is going to be kind of like the top, dessert in the book for the holidays?
Well, let's have a look at it and see.
Let's see.
Let's take a quick look and see what may be. Oh, this right here look fly. Now, see these right here? Them is oatmeal cookies with raisins in it.
Oh.
And it look like it got some other. What else is that? That don't look like no raisin. What is that, a nougat?
You gotta come host our party bus. We got the new TMZ after
Y'all got Ray J.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. That is hysterical.
Well, maybe he can send over some of his recipes
Guys,
for the
personally,
tour.
But it's so funny. It looks like, oh, that's new to me. He's like, oh yeah.
personally, as someone who smokes and someone who owns one of Snoop Dogg's cookbook, because he has another cookbook from Cook to Crook, cannot wait for this because the recipes in the first one, like spaghetti de la hood, billionaire bacon, bow wow brownies and ice cream, the recipes are really good. So
Spaghetti in the hood.
Spaghetti in la hood, la hood, spaghetti in la hood.
So are these treats these are with marijuana or without?
You can do it either way.
Either way.
Oh,
You can do like the
so they give you
marijuana
preparation for both.
My name is Brianna, and I'm from Ventura County. Snoop Dogg is always releasing something new, and I'm wondering if he's going to do another collaboration with Martha Stewart, because I'd watch a podcast where they wake and bake.
By the way, she doesn't smoke. Martha does not smoke at all.
But she'll have edible, treats, right? That
she's not into it.
Not into THC at all?
But I asked her once, I think she does sometimes get secondhand when you're around Snoop.
Coming up.
There's a lot of things Shaq can do, as you know.
I know. He can actually play basketball. Did you know that?
He can play basketball, and he can DJ. Can he dance like Chris Brown? There's a viral dance going around. It's a Chris Brown dance, and Shaq is giving it a shot.
Be right back.
There's a lot of things Shaq can do, as you know.
I know.
As you know, you experienced firsthand trying to score.
He can actually play basketball. Did you know that?
He can play basketball, and he can DJ. Can he dance like Chris Brown? I'm sure Shaq can dance. I've seen him dance, but
did Chris
dancing
Brown bring
like
him on
Chris
stage?
Brown, no, but there is a viral dance going around. It's a Chris Brown dance, and Shaq is giving it a shot.
Okay, I mean, before you say
I got to see the Chris Brown version of it, but
I think he's really good.
It seems pretty good for a big man.
No, I think it's totally impressive.
No, it's very funny.
Well,
I mean, no, I'm not going to say that to his face.
My frame of reference is me.
I can't see to his face.
Exactly.